value because it is super important that I give you value. I don't want to have you around and then you waste your time and you go. So today, I am doubling down on the topic that I'm going to be speaking on. And that is, what you guys already know, the space that is one of the biggest spaces that anyone can ever, think of, and that is the space that is called the technology industry. But I'm narrowing down on the technology industry and I'm focusing so much on the skills that are very relevant to the future, right? The skills that are very relevant to the future. And that's what I'm really doubling down on today. Now, at the end of this conversation, you should be all going on with, learning about the technology skills that are big values. And of course, how you can get into that space. Thank you again for inviting me. It really means so much to me. And I do hope that, my time and my presence would also mean a lot to you. So let's get started. Every time we talk about the future of work, what are we really talking about? For me, for instance, I got into the tech industry by accident, not by intention. I went to the university to study medical physiology. I literally wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a medical doctor. But then the university did not give me, admission as a medical doctor, and I did not get admitted to the university, to explore that space. I left the university very confused, very, very confused. I was not exactly sure what opportunity I was going to pursue, in the tech or the non-tech industry. I didn't even know about the tech industry at the time I left the university. But then I got very lucky. I met a mentor, who told me about the tech industry. And this was a very, very, very long time ago. This was before COVID. This was before Paystack. This was before Flutterwave. This was before Uber. Many of the technology companies that you pretty much admire today, this was before that time. This was in 2010. So I was not exactly sure of what I was going to do, but I was lucky. I had a mentor who told me about the tech industry, who kind of like guided me and told me about the opportunity that I should explore and how I should also prepare, myself for the space. And boom, I got into the tech industry and I started to explore, the tech industry. But let me share a few thoughts with you, at least as a way to get started. One of the things you need to know is this: 230 million jobs in Africa will require technology skills or will require digital skills. And that is not my postulation. That is not my hypothesis. That is not my thought. That is according to global researchers like the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, backed by International Finance Corporation. That means that 650 million people in Africa get the opportunity to transform their lives. But unfortunately, not everybody would have their lives transformed because not everyone will be bold enough to make that move, or not everyone would have the resources, the relationship that is required to make that bold and that audacious, move. But I do also need to mention that when I said that 230 million new jobs will be created in Africa, I need to also mention that these 230 million jobs are not just technology jobs. They are jobs in the non-technology space that will require technology skills. And I do hope that you understand that part, because that part is very, very essential. That part is very essential. So I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to take some time to explain, what I've just explained, because I think that is quite very important, and I want you guys, everybody, to kind of like get that part and figure it out and learn, understand what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying, guys. And this is the way to think about, between now, 2022 and 2030, 230 million new jobs will be created, providing opportunities for almost 650 million Africans, in the tech space, powered by digitalization. But I do also need to mention that these 230 million jobs are not all going to be tech jobs. Some of them are going to be non-tech jobs that will require tech skills. So there's an opportunity for you today to build a new life, a new career, a new, space for yourself and really thrive. But let us double down and talk about the 10 new opportunities in the tech space. What are the 10 new skills that you can learn to thrive in the tech space? The 10 skills that you can learn to thrive in the tech space. Now, is it okay if I put up my video for like 10 minutes? Because I'm going to be sharing my screen and I want you guys to follow my screen because I think that is super important. Is it okay if I do that?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So let's talk about, the 10 skills that, and I'm going to break this down a lot, the 10 skills that provide you with great opportunities in the tech industry. But remember, I had said that some of the skills, you can use them in the non-tech industry. The reason I'm emphasizing this is that, some of you will not be interested in tech. Some of you will not be interested in tech. Some of you will be interested in non-tech, as an industry. But you need tech skills. That is the exact point that I am making. While you are studying medicine or you're studying law or you're studying whatever you want to study today, you will need some form of tech skills, to thrive and become successful, in whatever you choose to do. And that is not my thoughts. That is not my hypothesis. That is not me. That is according to global researches. What global researches are saying today is that it is almost going to be impossible for you to thrive in the future if you don't have a future-driven or a technology skill. So that's one of the things I want to double down on, and I want you guys to follow the conversation there. So I'm going to take 1 minute to share my screen. Just give me a minute. And I'm going to mute myself because I want to set my environment very right. Okay. Now, can you see my screen, please? Can someone help me confirm if you can see my screen? Please, someone do me the favor once my screen is up again. Thank you. Thank you. That's very helpful. I've unshared. I will reshare again. Okay, can you see my screen, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Thank you, Franca. Thank you. Thank you, Ninolu. Thank you so much. Okay. So it means that everyone can see my screen. So I'm talking about the 10 opportunities in the tech industry. And remember, I emphasized that some of the skills, you can use them in non-technology industries. Now, you can use them in non-technology industries. Remember, I said 10 technology skills, but on my slide, I have 8 because I'm going to give you 2 extra that you can think about. So follow my conversation. I will be unveiling 8 on the screen, and I will unveil another 2 that you can think about, and these are other great opportunities that you might want to build your career around. The first skill here is called product design. The second one is called product management. The third one is called product marketing. The fourth one is called digital marketing. Now, these four skills don't require any form of coding. Now, especially some of you that are very interested in tech, but you don't want to learn to write single code. You don't want to code like, oh, I don't like to code. That coding scares me. It's not my thing. Well, these are four skills that you can acquire that are big in the tech industry, but they also do not require that you learn coding. Now, this is another four skills that require coding: cloud computing, software engineering, cybersecurity, data science. They require some level of coding or a lot of coding. I'm going to backtrack again. The first four skills: product design, product management, product marketing, digital marketing, do not require any form of programming language. That means that you can literally thrive doing these four things without learning to write any single code. And the other four here: cloud computing, software engineering, cybersecurity, data science, they require some level or a lot of coding. Now, let's pick them one after the other. What is product design? I'm going to pick them one after the other, and I want to explain them so that at the end of my conversation today, you can choose any path of the technology industry or the future skills that you want to double down on, and you can go and thrive in that area. You can choose anything that you want to choose, and you can go and thrive in that area. The first skill here is called product design. What is product design? Product design is one of the top technology skills. Number one thing, every technology product that you see today goes through a product designer first before any other person. It goes through a product designer first, because the product designer is the one who conceptualizes what needs to be built and is the one who designs it. Now, at the end of this training, I'm going to give scholarship to one person in Utiva to go through Utiva training program for free. So you better follow whatever I'm explaining here and get it, understand it, because I will ask you questions at the end of this training, and I'll be giving free scholarship to one person who now goes through Utiva training program for free. Now, what is product design? Now, let me give you an example. Look at a technology product like Uber, the Uber app, or Jumia, or Flutterwave, or any technology product that you see. That product is first designed by someone who is called a product designer. That guy is the one who designs everything before every other technology persons or every other technology expert starts to work on that product. The first person who touches the product is the product designer. Now, what does the product designer, what will the product designer do? What is the job of a product designer? The guy designs. He designs the framework. He designs the structure. It's like you're trying to build a house, and you want the house to be good, not all this Nkule house. Real good building, structured building that will last. You want to engage an architect first. The architect is the one who will design the rooms. The architect is the one who will say, oh, the sitting room should be like this. This should be the length. This should be the breadth. Who designs everything, every little detail is created by the product designer. And then once the product designer creates it, we know that, okay, we agree that this is what we want to build. This is what we want to create. Then others can now begin to work on that product. So product design, number one person here. Now, product designer will do his research, try to understand how the users want to use the product. What should be the feel? What should be the color? What should be the interaction? What should be the journey? Should we be asking the customers to provide their BVN first? Or it is when you want to withdraw money that we will now ask you complete your onboarding or complete your registration providers with your BVN. That is the job of the product designer. An average product designer in Nigeria today earns about 500,000 per month. An average product designer in Nigeria today earns about 500,000 per month. Now, remember that is a full-time job. You can decide to have 2, 3 product design jobs. You can work as a freelancer, as a remote person. What I am telling you is true. An average product designer in Nigeria earns about 500,000 a month in Nigeria. Okay, the next opportunity here is called product management. Product management for me is that skill that is only for those who have leadership capacity. If your leadership is flawed, you think you are not a man of people, you don't know how to work with people, don't come into product management, because product management is about leading people. You are the one interacting with others. You are the chief executive of the product team, right? You are the brain behind, you are the voice. You are the one who works with the engineers to say, this is what we are building. In fact, you are the one who works with the product designer to agree on the requirements, right? You also work with the leadership team to ensure that whatever the leadership team says we need to do is what is done, right? So you lead the entire team. You own 3 things. You own the strategy, you own the product, and whatever happens at the end of the day is your responsibility. Every morning when you wake up, you are the one who is putting call through to your engineers to say to look, can you join me on the call? Let me check what you are doing. You are the one who is going to the GitHub repo to see if the softwares, to see if the line of codes that were written last week has been updated. You are the one who is talking to the CEO to understand what is in the mind of the CEO. You are the brain behind everything that is working on the product. You are called the product manager, right? You're called the product manager. Another big opportunity in the tech space is called product marketing, because you and I know that once the product is built, the product needs to be taken to the market. The product needs to be taken to the market, and it's not as easy as I've explained it. It's way tougher than you can ever imagine, because the product marketer is the one who sits between the marketing and the non-marketing guys. Is the one who is doing research in terms of competition. Who are the competitors? What are the competitors building? Is the one who's reorganizing the business model to say, how much are we charging? How are we charging the money? Are we giving this piece for free? We are giving this for free. We're not monetizing these so that we can monetize this. They are the one that is working with all the other marketing, team, the marketing agents, the marketing, teams to ensure that the right communication, the stories are accurate. You're doing so much around making sure that the product wins in the market. An average product marketer today earns 800,000. Now, let me stop here, because people are already questioning me. Eyitayo, are you sure? Is it true? You are giving us boo-boo. I want to talk practical. So I'm going to share my screen so that you don't, because I know people are like, Eyitayo, no. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? I'm going to give you evidence. So let me quickly look at the first evidence that I want to give you. There's a friend of mine that just got a job as a product marketer. Let me see this. Give me a minute, please. Yes, he just got a job as a product marketer. Interestingly, I supported her to get the job. I'm telling you facts and figures, no cap. facts and figures. You have to believe me. People don't talk a lot about these things. Tech people are enjoying a lot, but they don't talk. They're earning money on the corner. You don't see them. You see them wearing jeans and top. They're doing well for themselves. Take the bold step to come into tech. Many of you are smarter than even the guys that are in tech today. Many of you already have good leadership skills, communication skills, enthusiasm, drive, power. You can easily become successful in tech. Anything I tell you is true. Can you see that a company is actually willing to offer a young boy, a young girl, 2 million per month if it can do product marketing? Take us to 100,000 users, 2 million per month to what you earn. And they will still give them equity in the business. This is true, no cap. Okay. Let's go back to where we were. Okay, I hope you guys are following me. I hope I have not offended you people by giving you these numbers, because these numbers are very important so that you know what you are getting into. Now, let's take a step a little bit further than where we were. So product marketing is another big opportunity in the tech space. Another big opportunity in the tech space. Now, what I'm telling you is true, is real. This is the truth. Product marketing. Okay. Digital marketing, another big opportunity in the tech space. Digital marketer is the guy who continues to ensure that you are leveraging all the social media platforms. All the social media platforms. You are leveraging all the social media platforms to continue to market the product. You're leveraging Facebook, Google, Instagram, all the other platforms to ensure that you are telling the stories well. So product marketing, digital marketing, product management, product design, these are big opportunities in the tech space. Another one opportunity here, cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is very easy to understand. What am I saying when I say cloud computing? What I'm saying is this: every technology content or data sits somewhere in the cloud. Every technology content or data sits somewhere in the cloud. We'll say data, softwares, product design, codes, everything sits somewhere in the cloud. When that back end is broken, you can't get access to the products. That is where you say the site you're trying to reach is not available. Error, something, because the back end is broken. The cloud infrastructure that says that data is broken. The guys who ensure that that never happens, those guys are called cloud engineers or cloud computing professionals. Now, I'm telling you, it's true. They earn up to 1.5 million per month. Do you think I'm joking? I'll show you another evidence. I'll show you another evidence. Cloud guys are very expensive guys. Their job is to ensure that whatever product you are building continues to stay in the cloud, that is not broken. Sorry, give me a minute, guys, please, a minute. Sorry guys. So cloud guys are the guys that ensure that your platforms never get broken. Usually these guys work with Amazon, Microsoft, Google. They even work with some of the biggest brands like banks. Some of them don't have full-time jobs. Some of these guys are consultants. They consult and they earn money. Utiva is trying to bring a cloud guy on board. I had a conversation with him last week. Guess how much he's asking us? It's not a full-time job. It's not a full-time job. He's not going to work with us full-time. It's a part-time job. He's not under pressure. Like, can you afford it? 1 million? I'll do it for you. Tech, big. These are real tech skills that will position you for wealth. That you can, and you are working from home. This guy I'm talking to you now, he lives in Aja. Aja, he doesn't come out every time. He works from home, building softwares, building cloud infrastructure for people. What I'm telling you, giving you real evidence to show you that you can build your own future in tech and also be successful. Another one here is software engineering. There are 3 different software engineering skills. The first one is called back end. The second one is called front end. And the third one is called full stack. Full stack is a combination of back end and front end. You're doing both. So front end, back end, full stack, we call that software engineering. So software engineering is a very important role. In fact, it is the most important role in tech. Why is it the most important role? Because the product can never exist, can never come to life without a developer. The developer is the one who manages and handles the platform finally. He's the one who builds the code. He's the one who writes the code. If you're going to come into software engineering, you have to be ready to learn a long time. So it makes up to $1 million. A software engineer makes up to $1 million per month. Now, all these numbers I'm giving you, of course, there are people who are not really, really good and who don't, get to that point. I'm giving you average, especially if you commit yourself and you devote yourself to learning and you commit yourself to learning. Software engineers earn that much. It's a very great skill, average of $1 million, and then they take multiple projects. Like the Utiva backend guy now, he earns up to $1 million. Let me show you another evidence so that you can agree with me. By the time I'm done with this talk, you don't go and say, Eyitayo has inspired you. This is not inspirational talk. This is, reality conversation. Reality. And you see how I'm begging them to even take the money. Do you understand what I'm saying? You see how I'm even begging them to take the money. Like, I'm still begging them. It's not like they are not under pressure. They can agree. They can say, okay, I would agree. I will not agree. Okay, let me show you. Another big skill after software engineering is called, I'm trying to share my screen again. It's called data science. Or let's come to cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is another big skill. A cybersecurity person is the one who ensures that the infrastructure that you have built, the technology product that you have built, is not vulnerable. So they continue to build other things to protect what you have built. They build other things to protect what you have built and make sure that what you have built is not vulnerable to cyber attacks. These guys work with large enterprises like the banks, like hospitals, like the government, like some of these big startups, ensuring that their products are not vulnerable to cyber attack. And some of them earn up to $2 million per month. Now, final skill is data science. Data scientists earn a lot too, right? But before I go to data science, let me explain what cybersecurity analysts, what they do. They analyze the system that you have currently built. There are 2 different people. Cloud guys ensure that the system never goes down. Everything is organized. Cybersecurity guys are evaluating what you have on the platform or your platform. They're evaluating what you have on the platform and your platform to ensure that it complies to what is called cloud security and integrity, that it is not vulnerable. How do they do that? Sometimes they are creating what is called vulnerability model, right? They are attacking what you have built and what you have saved in the cloud to see how that thing can resist the attack, right? They do multiple things, that they continue to monitor cyber attacks and reinforce their system architecture to ensure that the platform never goes down. I'm talking about big platforms like the bank. Imagine if a bank is attacked, by cyber, what's it called? By cyber criminals. That means that they can literally transfer money from one account to another account, continue to move money around. Just 5 minutes attack can make the bank lose billions of dollars, because they might just move money from, Kike's account, which has a lot of money, to my own account that does not have a lot of money, and then once that happens, I can quickly go to ATM and withdraw the cash, But so that the bank ensures that that does not happen, the bank needs to continue to have cybersecurity engineers. And we have data scientists. Who are data scientists? Data scientists are people who create, and there are two roles here. First one is data analyst. The second one is data scientist. A data analyst analyzes large data and ensures that the organization is intelligent, is generating insights from that data, called data analyst. For example, it's electioneering period in Nigeria. Government and the opposition want to understand where is the large chunk of votes coming from, that kind of data, so that they can analyze it and generate insights. But data scientists, they look for data, they organize this data, they develop business models, they develop data models, and then they continue to help the organization make decisions. Let me tell you a very interesting story. In 2017, I was broke. That was a long time ago. I remember that day vividly. Remember, I was coming from church. I was out of cash. In fact, in my book, The Code, I wrote the story of my 2017 life in that book. Very important. And it's very important that I explain this, especially for some of you. Maybe you would learn one or two things, from this, but I wanted to drive at something else. In 2017, I was broke. I was out of cash. I think I wrote something about it. I'll look for it. I'll look for like a little blog, a little, document that I wrote about that, my life in 2017, So where am I going to? In 2017, I was broke, and then I was out of cash. Now, that year is very important to me because that year I was 27. That year. I call it the power of being 27. That age is everything. And you need to make sure that at that point in your life, you guide yourself so that you don't miss it. Because if you miss it at that age, you might miss it forever. So I was broke. I was coming from church, from Daystar. I was in Daystar, coming from church. I was in my car. I didn't have money to leave. I couldn't get fuel in my car. I was broke. So what I did was I borrowed 13,000 from Carbon in 2017. I don't know if they were Carbon then. I can't remember their name then. I had forgotten. Yesterday, I was building a technology product. I'm building a new technology product. So my other co-founder, we wanted to learn how Carbon built their products to see, can we learn one or two things? So I logged in Carbon. I used my mobile number. They asked me for a PIN. I was like, do I have an account in Carbon? I just put in my password. And it worked. And then I saw I'm going 13,000. How come? What happened? Then I checked the picture that I had uploaded when I was creating that account that day. And I remembered that. And I was telling my other co-founder that this was in 2017. So I was owing them the money since 2017. It's 2022. So I said, let me quickly repay back the money. I transferred money from my personal account to that account. They debited the money. My account is clear. Then I said, God, let us try and borrow another money. Then I wanted to borrow another money and I couldn't. And they came to me and said, this is the reason I couldn't borrow another money. That is data science. Data science has analyzed my data and it's not giving me opportunity to borrow money. But then I said, what's going on? So they now asked me to connect my bank account to Carbon. So I did. And they analyzed my bank account and they gave me an opportunity to borrow as much as a very huge amount of money that I don't want to mention. Because the data science model that the company have created has the ability to analyze my bank account now and say, oh, based on this guy's bank account, we should borrow me this amount of money, right? That is data science. So data science is applicable in every industry: banking, loan disbursement, investment. In every industry, data science is valuable. And data analysts earn almost 600,000 per month. Data scientists earn almost 900,000 per month. These are the opportunities in the tech space. But how do you grow in tech? And how do you become successful in tech? Number one, learn a tech skill. But don't just yobokaize. Don't just yobokaize. That's what yobokaize is, my word that I bring from Yoruba term, which means yoboke. Don't just learn the minimum. If you're going to learn a tech skill and you want to earn all this money I'm talking about, you have to go all in. You have to tell yourself the truth. Do you want to remain like this, or you want your story to change in the next 1 year? You know, there's no shortcut to this thing. No shortcut. None. It's not something you finish after 2 months and then you say, I've learned the tech skill now. Well, Uncle Tunde, Auntie Kike, let me call everybody's name on this. Auntie Ariola, Auntie Franca. It's not 2 months. It's not 3 months. It's not 7 months. It's not 8 months. You have to go all in. You have to tell yourself, I want to learn the skill. And I'm committing myself that I'm going to be a master in the skill. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to do everything. Even when I'm hungry, I'm going to resign from the job that is paying me 50,000 because it doesn't work for me. I'm going to go all in and learn this skill and be great at this one. I want to be a master of this thing. Every free training, absorb them. Paid training, absorb them. Free, if you hear that they're doing a free session somewhere, a conference on something, go all in and learn that skill. Learn that skill. You need, if you're going to earn $1 million per month, you think it's just about 2 months training. If it's about 2 months and everybody will be earning 1 million. Everybody will be learning it. You have to go all in and learn and immerse yourself. But I can guarantee you, I can tell you for free, if you go all in and you immerse yourself into learning that skill, you will become great in that area, and then you will earn a lot. Number two is that as you are learning, build your portfolio, build your resume, build portfolio. Projects are very important. And I'll show you an example. Projects are very important. You can't just do learning without working on projects. Number three, get a mentor, get a coach. Get a mentor, get a coach. Mentors will tell you how to navigate the barrier. Mentors will tell you how to navigate the challenges. Mentors will give you the faster route to becoming successful in that space. Find a mentor, find a coach. And the last one is be a part of a community. Don't isolate yourself. I don't even have to tell you this because, of course, you guys are a part of the R.E.A.D community. Be a part of a community. I can tell you for free. There are many people that are part of communities that I've seen that have gone to do great things. Let me give you an example. I'm going to show you evidence. There's this student of ours, who was our student a very long time ago, came to learn SQL at Uytiva, started the journey. She was a nurse. She was in University of Lagos studying nursing. She started with data science, learned data science at Uytiva, finished the training program, started to coach other people, other students for free, and then became a trainer, and then started to be a part of our community actively. She just got a job in the US. Being a part of a community. And it doesn't have to be one community. You can be part of another amazing community somewhere else. As long as you're a part of a community, you are not isolated. Don't isolate yourself. Isolation will not let you see the opportunities and the privilege, no matter how smart you are, no matter how brilliant you are. If you are isolated, they will by your backyard because you are not there. You're not there. And what I've just explained is there's a principle of basing and there's a principle of backyarding. If you're not there, the day they are carrying it, they will carry it past your backyard and you will not be there. But you need to be there. You need to be active in a community. So as they are baying, you too, you bay. You understand? What do I mean by bay? It means that they will just share one opportunity in the group. Poo, 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 you heard about it, you apply, you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. That's how to become successful. You need to be a part of a community. Because one day, information will pass by. Information that will change your life will pass by, but you are not there. That is why every time I'm invited to speak at communities, I will speak. If you know what I've sacrificed today to speak at this event, you'll be shocked. In fact, there are 3 girls right now sitting somewhere that are looking at me like this man is a useless man. This man is, I don't know what they don't know where to put me again. In their mind, they're like, but today is supposed to be a free day. Take us out right now. But I have to tell them, no, go and swim. I will come and meet you there later. I'll join you guys later, because communities are very important. That is how we build successful generation. People who isolate themselves never go far. So whenever I'm invited to come and speak in a community, I don't joke with it, because I know that the people in that community, if I can give them the right content, the right information, and I can inspire them and show them the way, they will become successful. I can guarantee that, because those who are a part of communities never go wrong. The information they need for success will meet them there in that community. That's why you don't joke with communities like R.E.A.D. You don't. You don't. If I tell you the number of communities I'm a part of, you'll be shocked. It takes a village to raise a child. A village raised me. It's a village that raised me. Communities raised me. Communities of people. Organizations like ISEG, organizations like JCI, organizations like Atlas Core, organizations like MIT Solve, like Facebook Community Accelerator, different communities, Alcyon Group. All these communities raised me. So don't isolate yourself. Be an active part of a community, because the opportunity you're waiting for will meet you there. 4 things. Number 1, learn deep dive. Don't learn shallow. Don't learn superficial. Learn deep dive. Number 2, find a mentor and a coach. Number 3, work on projects. Work on assignments. Work on projects. Show projects and assignments. Number 4, be a part of a community. I said I was going to drop 2 more skills that you can add. Number 1 is artificial intelligence. Number 2 is blockchain technology. These are also big skills that today are paying people a lot. Artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, not big in Nigeria yet, but big globally. So if you find yourself outside Nigeria, you know what? Hack into AI, hack into blockchain. Those are big opportunities. I'm going to ask you one question, and the first person to drop the answer in the group gets a free scholarship into any learning program you choose at UTIVA. Right. Who on the product team ensures that the product never goes down? What are they called? That the product never goes down. Cloud computing. The person who mentioned it is R.E.A.D Community. That's the person who mentioned, the person handling that account, R.E.A.D Community. If that person is not a member, then Ninolowo gets it. Thank you so much. I'll be happy to take questions, but I'll put off my video. I do apologize. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Can I hear wow? That was like beyond amazing. As in, the chat room was buzzing. You know, in my head, I'm like, this is like techie, but people like money. Thank you for the figures. Thank you for everything. Interestingly, I was in a group and some of them we watched the replay, some of them are here now. So you can see as you think in your mind. We gave ourselves targets. I said, okay, come up with an idea on how to raise $1,000. That's about 600,000 naira. Everybody enter brain block. Can you see people rejecting 1.5? That's $1,500. So it's as I'm sorry, we are going to take questions now. I just want to quickly tie some things together. As we said, Shola Adeshaki started on a very high note for us. And one of the things she told you is that it is not your employer's responsibility to make you rich. After Eyitayo's presentation today, you know that your poverty is your choice. It is your skill set. And one of the things she equally said is that money is derived from the word currency. It moves towards value. So now you will understand. I was talking to someone and say, I'm looking for a job. I said, like, how much? He said 70, 80,000. I'm going to ensure she watches the replay of this so that our brain can wake up. So please, questions. Oh, questions. You see what it's taking us to. Okay, so we have the first question. What differentiates the product designer from sorry, I'm the one managing the R.E.A.D Community account. Am I disqualified from the scholarship? Let's take that first.
Yes, you are disqualified.
Oh, Tayo, I listened now and I answered and I got it. And you did not put any exception.
I mean, interesting that you are following the conversation. That's so interesting.
No, as I tell people, it is not the era, it's the doer. Everything we do on the community, I'm the #1 doer. I don't joke with it. Okay, so let's take so that means it's going to Nino Lowo. Jiggy Man. Toba, wishes. You wish you got it. You should have listened better. He said it now. Okay, so the first question, sir, is what differentiates the product designer from a graphics designer?
Oh, yeah, interesting. Thank you. The person who asked that question is super smart. A graphics designer creates a less interactive design. You know, a product designer creates an interactive design. A graphics designer creates designs that are static. A product designer creates designs that are interactive, that are mobile, like product designs. But ultimately, the tools that they use is what makes the difference. A product designer uses a tool that is called Figma, Adobe XD, Sketch. A graphics designer uses a tool that is called CorelDRAW. So the tools make the difference. But ultimately, the product designer is creating a product design. So the design of a product. And when I say a product now, I mean a software, a technology product. That's the difference. But usually, graphics designers make good product designers.